Essentially, the numbers are divided in four categories: binary numbering system, that is abbreviated as BNS, and then octal number system, that is abbreviated as ONS, and then decimal number system, that is abbreviated as DNS, and hexadecimal number system, that is abbreviated as HNS. Each of the numbering system supports a number of symbols with the help of which each of the number can be represented, and the number of symbols are called as your radix or base. Like if we talk about the binary numbering system, how many symbols are to be represented in this, available in this numbering system? Only we talk about always the two symbols, two types of the symbols, either 0 or 1. With the help of the 0 and 1, each of the number can be represented with a concatenated series of 0 and 1. Generally in day to day, in our mathematics or in day to day, the by default the numbering system, always we do talk about the decimal numbering system having a base as 10. Always generally we perform the addition by default in the decimal numbering system. And if we talk about the decimal numbering system, there the number of symbols supported are 10. 10 from 0 to 9 means whichever the numbers we talk about in decimal numbering system always is comprised by making comprised using these symbols only. If you talk about 35, if you talk about 150, if you talk about any of the number in decimal number system, by default always we are using making use of these symbols from 0 to 9, that you are aware of. In a similar manner, if we talk about the other numbering system, specifically the binary numbering system, number system, so always only the two symbols are available with this binary numbering system. Those are 0 and 1. Why we talk about the binary numbering system? Due to the reason as system understands, the computer understands only the language of zeros and 1. The system does not understand any other language. But for the user understandability, the other numbering systems are available. So users is so that user easily can understand, can easily work with the programs, can easily work with this data with the system. That is why the other numbering system as well as the other high level languages or object oriented programming languages which are similar to the Englishized language are available. But ultimately, once the program is to be written, ultimately you deal with the decimal number system or any other system. Once these are fed in the system, eventually these are converted in terms of zeros and ones. Whenever these are processed at the system level, whenever these are processed at the register level or the CPU level, then all the data, entire data is being converted in terms of zeros and ones so as to be understood by the computer. So here we are going to talk about essentially the four numbering system. In binary numbering system, two symbols are available. And what will be the value of the radix or base? Radix or base, I told you that this is radix or base. I told you that is the total number of symbols used to represent a value or represent a number system. So those total number of symbols is called as your radix or base. So in case of your binary numbering system, the value of radix will be 2. Similarly, now next we do talk about the octal number system. Octal number system, again here we are basically focusing on the different ways of representing the numerical data. The same value may be represented in binary numbering system. The same value again may be represented in the octal number system or in the decimal number system or in the hexadecimal number system. Only the way of representation is different, as the value is same. So if we talk about the octal number system, again, how many symbols are provided by this number system? This series, total 8 from 0 to 7. What are those? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 8 number systems are supported by this number series, which is called as a octal number system. Next to that is the decimal number system you already are aware of. Here we do have the 10 symbols beginning from 0 to 9. So any of, if you talk about any of the number, so those will be framed using either of these symbols, concatenated series of these symbols. And next to that is the hexadecimal number system. Here we do have total 16 symbols. From 0 to 9, these symbols are of the decimal number system are being used as such, and beyond that, some of the alphanumeric characters are being used. A, B, C, D, E, F means A correspond to the value 10, B correspond to the value 11, C correspond to the value 12, D to 13, E to 14, and F for 15. So this way, and what will be the value of the base or the radix in the case of your hexadecimal number system? It will be 16. Why 16? Due to the reason as number of symbols supported by this series is 16. That is the only reason the value of radix will be 16. So this is the radix or base. We already have talked about this and we'll come to this formula as well. Prior to that, I am, yes, I am taking some of the examples to explain all these concepts. Like here we do have a number given in front of us. So can you tell me that which number it represents? It is 101100.011. So by observing, we can view that this entire number is framed using either 0 or 1. It is a concatenated series of 0 or 1. So obviously this number is not nothing but represented in the binary form. Similarly, this is a number 975.3. If we do say that it is having a base as 10, it is having what kind of the symbols it is making use of? It is by having a watch over this number, by just observing this number, just having a view of over this number, we can say either this number will be in the decimal form or it will be in, it can also be there in the hexadecimal form, provided its base is 10. So it will be, this number will be there in the decimal numbering system. If its base will be 16, so we'll say that this number will be in hexadecimal numbering system. Why? Because here four symbols are being used, 3, 5, 7, 9, and all 3, 5, 7, 9 are the part of your decimal number system series as well as the hexadecimal number system. So it all will depend on the base. If the radix or the base is 10, so it will be in decimal number system, else it will be in hexadecimal numbering system. This is another example, 3077. If it will be having as base 8, so we'll say that this number is represented in octal number system. And similarly 2BAD. So it is clearly visible that this if you view at its different kinds of the symbols used in this number, so we can very easily say that this number is represented in the hexadecimal numbering series, in the hexadecimal number form. Now we talk about the conversion between numbers bases, different numbering systems. So what essentially we do in this chapter, we will learn the different ways to convert a number from one numbering system to another. So what kind of the conversions can be done? Once you are having a number in decimal, this will be your first case. You will be having a decimal number and you will be asked to convert it in any other numbering system. Any other numbering system means it needs to be converted in binary, it needs to be converted in octal, or it needs to be converted in hexadecimal, or even any other base. If in case is given, it also can be converted in that base also. So this case we are calling as a case 1. What is the way to convert a number from decimal to binary, decimal to octal, or decimal to hexa? So this is your first case. Second case will be that we will be talking about once you are, and vice versa. Basically the vice versa. We are given a number either in binary or in octal or in hexa, and it needs to be converted into the decimal. Again, I'm repeating here. The first case is once you are given a number in decimal numbering system having a base as 10, and you will be asked to convert it into the binary or into the octal or into the hexa or in any other kind of the numbering system. And the second case will correspond to the vice versa of this. Vice versa in the sense you will be given a number either in binary or in octal or in hexa or in any other numbering system, and you would be asked to convert this that number to the decimal numbering system having a base as 10. So what are the way to convert it? We'll learn. And then another case we'll study that will be called as the shortcut method. So if I would ask if we need to go from binary to octal, from binary to hexa, and vice versa, That will be called as your third case. If it is to be done with the help of the existing two mechanisms, so what will be those mechanisms? Ki, you will first of all, you will have to go from, so you will have to, what you will have to do ultimately, first of all, you will have to go from, like if I want to convert from binary to octal, what will be the way? You will have to go from decimal to octal, and then you will have to, means you convert a number, you want to convert a number from binary to octal. What will be the mechanism in this case? First of all, you will have to convert from binary to decimal and then decimal to octal. This long route will have to adopt, but again we do have the shortcut methods also. We'll study later on those shortcut methods, and we means will make use of binary coded, uh, hexa coded, binary coded hexadecimal table and binary coded octal table in order to directly convert the binary number to octal to hexa and vice versa. We'll study later on this third case, but today we will study case 1 essentially and case 2. What is the case 1? Means you are given a number in decimal, you need to convert it either in binary or in octal or in hexa, and vice versa will be your second case. First of all, I will take the second case. Second case I am taking first, and afterwards we'll switch to the first case. What is your second case? You are given a number either in binary or in octal or in hexa or in any other numbering system, and you need to convert it to decimal, for which you need to apply this formula. This is the formula. This is simply formula. Like if a number is being represented in this form, these are the different digits basically. If you are, see, initially we are going to talk about only your integral values, and later on will be include this decimal portion as well. Though this number is being represented in front of us in the decimal form, or if we talk about digit by digit of that number, so it is written in front of us a naught, the very first digit of this integral part, the least significant bit. Rather, we will call it as the least significant bit. A naught, A1, A2, AN minus 1, AN. Dot is the decimal. And to the right hand side, regarding the fractional part, how these are to be represented. A minus, these are only the notations. A minus 1, A minus 2, and A minus M, having a base as R. For example, this is the number written in front of us. So binary number, it is consisting of your integral part as well as your fractional part. So this number may be written as A naught, A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. And if we go towards right hand side, we talk about the fractional part, it will be termed as A minus 1, A minus 2, and A minus 3. Simply, we are talking about digit by digit of a given number. How will it be expressed in terms of the decimal form? This is the formula to convert a given number from one numbering system to another. Left hand side is a numbering system having a base as R, and whereas the right hand side is the resultant number converted in decimal form. This is the formula. What actually is the formula? You have to go on successively multiplying by r raised to the power. You have to multiplying all these digits with the r raised to the power, and ultimately go on adding all these values. Ultimately, it will result into the final decimal value. I will take one example and I will explain you. This is your R naught is missing. R raised to the power naught means 0, R raised to the power 0 multiplied by A naught plus R raised to the power 1 multiplied by A1, and then R raised to the power 2 multiplied by A2, and ultimately you have to go on adding. Similarly, on right hand side, each of the digit needs to be multiplied by R raised to the power minus 1 plus a next digit A minus 2, which is denoted by A minus 2, will be multiplied by R raised to power minus 2 and so on. And ultimately, you have to add all these values, which will give you the final converted value in decimal form. I'm taking one example. Like, this is the simplest example. This is a given binary number 1011 having a base as 2. It needs to be converted in decimal form. We have to apply that formula, and by applying that formula, ultimately we'll get this value 11 having a base as 10 on right hand side. This will be your final decimal value. On left hand side, you are having 1011 having a base as 2. Means this is a given number having a base as 2. You have to apply that formula. How to apply that formula? This you have to, let me make use of whiteboard to make the concept easier. So the way we are doing in the lecture was the in a similar manner on one-to-one correspondence basis. You have to start solving the back exercise, and you have to submit me those solved questions in the form of the assignment using on Google Classroom. You can submit me. Like, we have a number, say 1011. This is a given binary number, so it can be represented this way. Left parenthesis, right parenthesis, having a base as 2. Fine. So this is a number having a base as 2. And what will be given? This kind of the question may be given. And you need to convert it into a number, corresponding number in decimal form. In decimal form means having a base as 10. What you have to do? You have to find the value of x. X is what? X will be the resultant number having a base as this value. Basically, you have to find out. Fine. So you have to apply that formula. So how to apply it? Simply, we are talking presently in the integral. We are talking about a number which is presently in the integral form. We are not talking about the fractional form. So the very first, you have to start from the extreme right. You have to start from the least significant bit. The extreme right bit will be termed as your least significant bit, and you have to term as a naught. It will be termed as a naught. This is only the notation. A1. This will be A2. 2. This is 2 basically. And this is A3. Fine. And you have to apply the formula. What is the formula basically? What you have to do in order to convert this number, this will be equal to, whenever this left hand side will be equal to. We are talking about the left. We have begun from the left hand side. We have started from left hand side, and you have to apply the formula that this A naught will be multiplied by R naught. R, value of R is what? In this case, this is R. Here we can see that value of R here. Value of R is what? 2. Why 2? Because we are talking, the given number is in binary form. Binary form will have the value of base or the radix as 2. So value of R will be 2. So 2, and then we have to start from the right hand side. A naught will be multiplied by R naught plus A1 will be multiplied by R1 and so on. So you can solve of your own. This way you have to go on multiplying and adding. So ultimately, what will be the resultant value? That will represent the value of x. That will be the resultant value obtained in decimal form. So I'm switching back to the PPT for the same question. This is the question. 1011 having a base as 2. It needs to be converted into the decimal form. We are applying the formula, and the very first digit 1 will be multiplied by 2 raised to power 0. 2 is the base in this case. If this number would have been in octal form, the given number, and it needs to be converted in the decimal form. In that case, the value of R would have become as 8. If this given number would have been in decimal hexadecimal form and it needs to be converted in decimal form, in that case, the value of R would have been your 16. So accordingly, the value of R will change if the type of the number change. So here in this case, value of R is 2. You have to apply this formula: 1 multiplied by 2 raised to power 0, 1 multiplied by 2 raised to power 1, and 0 multiplied by 2 raised to power 2, and 1 multiplied by 2 raised to power 3. Ultimately, you will be getting the value as 11. 11 is in decimal form, 11, having a base as 10. So downside, again the formula is written being, and if we talk about the fractional part, if there would have been the fractional part also in this number, so fractional के लिए what you have to do, आपको you these notations maybe use a minus 1, a minus 2, a minus m. These only are the notations. Again, I am repeating. And regarding the fractional part, you have to have the negative power of the r during the multiplication time, multiplication of the respective digits. You have to make use of the negative power of r. But regarding your integral part, you have to go on increasing the power of r. R is power 2, 0, r is power 1. So on. This is the formula. Like this is a number, if we talk about 100,100.011. So the left part would have been dealt in the same manner. A naught would have been multiplied by r naught, and then r is power 0, a1 multiplied by r is to power 1, and so on. Means positive powers. We have to increase the power of r. But on right hand side, regarding this fractional part, you have to have the negative power of r. R is to power minus 1, R is, this 0 needs to be multiplied by R is to power minus 1, and R value of R is 2. 0 needs to be multiplied by 2 raised to power minus 1, 2 raised to power, then 1 needs to be multiplied by 2 raised to power minus 2, and so on. This will result in your decimal number. So these are further few more examples if you would like to see. I don't have, but in this slide, I don't have more example, but related to this. But what you have to do based on this concept, you have to solve the back exercise questions. I am again reopening the book, showing the back exercise question based on this concept. You have to solve it. This is the very first question. Convert the following binary numbers to decimal. These are the numbers given in binary form. Again, you have to apply the same formula and you have to convert it in the decimal form. Resultant number will be termed as represented in decimal form. Convert the following numbers indicated basis to decimal. Again, the similar kind of the formula you have to apply, but in first case 1 2 1 2 1 having a base as 3. So in this case, this is some numbering system having a base as r. Our value of r is 3 in this case. So again, the value of, by taking the value of r as 3, you have to apply the same formula, and ultimately you will be getting the final value in decimal form. Similarly, you have another question. This is a number having a base as 5. So in place of r, you have to make use of value of r as 5. Similarly, this another question having a base as 7. You have to apply the same formula while taking the value of r as 7. 198 having a value of r as 12. This is another kind of a numbering system, and with the there the value of r will be taken as 12. You have to apply the same formula. Now the remaining questions, the only first two questions are based on this concept, and the remaining question 3.3 and 3.4 are based on the next case, means vice versa case. If a number is given in decimal form, how to convert it back to binary or the any other base having a desired value of r. So I think as this is your first class, this much is enough for your first class. You just be comfortable with all the contents. You start solving this back exercise, and I am going through the questions which are already solved in your chapter. I'm going through those. I'm trying to find out is any question is solved in your chapter. Yes, you can view that here. one question corresponding to this binary number is being given, that this way the formula is being applied, and ultimately by applying this formula this value 45 is being achieved. Similarly, we talk about another number 73736.4 having a base as 8. This number is given in octal form. Again, after applying that the same formula, ultimately you are getting the value this value 478.5 having a base as 10. You have to solve these solved questions which already are solved, but you have to solve it of your own. And similarly, you can take few more examples from your own side. So you have to have the 5 more example I am giving you as the form in the form of the assignment. You have to solve it and you have to submit me back. And okay.
Ma'am, 5 questions on our own choice.